Hey guys, welcome. We have a single dumbbell workout today, kind of full body. We're going to be doing a little bit of both, so upper and lower if you want to grab heavy, medium, light weights. We're going to try this workout outside because it's beautiful today and I didn't want to be inside, so I'm hoping the lighting and you guys can hear me okay. So let's just get started with our warm-up, and we're going to start with some good mornings. So we're going to have our feet about hip width apart. We've got our hands behind our head and we're going to hinge and squeeze those glutes and drive to that standing position. We inhale as we hinge, exhale and squeeze back up to that standing position. Mama cat has come to join us. Again, kitties up for adoption. Michelle pointed out a really good point. They really shouldn't have led with it costs $700 to neuter or spay them. That's not how you sell a cat, right? They're wonderful, they're cuddly, they keep rats and mice and all those things away. Not, it's gonna cost you $700 to get the thing spayed, or you're gonna end up with your own kittens. Let's go one more here, squeeze, perfect. Come up to that, or stay in that standing position. We're gonna go into our hip circles. So let's start with that leg, left leg, nice big circles here. And I don't know if you noticed in the last video, there's no music in the background anymore. YouTube updated, and every time I try to do that, it's like copyright infringement, so it's really hard to add that music now. So hopefully that's not a game changer here. Let's switch legs. You can throw in your own music in the background. I like to have it on in the background so it maybe like drowned out the kids screaming or the chaos going on, but unfortunately it's not working anymore. One more, and then we'll go into some squats. So just into that shoulder width apart stance, sinking down into those air squats and driving up. Inhale, exhale as we stand. A couple more here, get that lower body warmed up. We've got a lot of deadlifts, we've got some squats today, and then we're going to add in some upper body and some compound movements. And then we'll go into a bit of a wider stance, arms out at our side, and we're going to reach across to that opposite toe, back up to center. So when you're getting those weights ready, kind of consider that. We're going to want some heavier weights. I think our first move, we're starting off with some deadlift squat combos, and then we're going to add in some kickbacks, some tricep work later that you might want that lighter weight for. Perfect. Come up to that standing position. Nice big circles forward. Starting to warm up that upper body a little bit here. And then backwards. And swing those arms out in front of us. And then we're going to go into some of those scoops, so into that staggered stance. Left leg forward, we're going to scoop down and reach up. Stay on this side for a couple reps. One more, and then we're going to switch over to that other side. So other leg forward, reaching down, hand scoop. And one more. Perfect. Okay, let's finish off with some jumping jacks or your cardio of choice. You can go into some butt kicks, high knees, step ups, whatever you're feeling. Just get that heart rate up a bit here. A few more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Okay, get those weights ready, grab your water, and we'll get started into that workout. All right, guys, our first 2 moves. So we're gonna stay on one side. We're gonna go through those 2 moves 3 times through on that side. So let's take our weight, put it in our left hand. We are going to stagger that stance, so weight is in our left foot, the same as our weight. We're going to go into a staggered stance deadlift, up into an uneven squat, step back, staggered deadlift, uneven squat. That's our first move. We're gonna go through that 50 seconds, rest 10 seconds, and then we're going to go into a row, tricep kickback, knee drive. So row from the side, that's gonna be row, tricep kickback, and knee drive, okay? Those are our first 2 moves. We're gonna go through that 3 times on this side. So grab your weight. You can switch through the 2 moves, starting heavy with that lower body and then maybe going a little bit lighter with that tricep kickback, okay? So here we go. Weight is in our left hand. Weight is in our left foot in 3, 2, 1. So staggered deadlift, up, stepping it out a little bit wider, down into that uneven squat. So deadlift into that squat. Good job. So we're keeping most of that weight in that left foot. And we're thinking about form and technique for our deadlift and for our squat. That deadlift is that hinge movement. So we're sending those hips back. In that squat, we're nice and even. Weight is in those heels. Keep going. Didn't think I started my watch. Good job. Really using that left glute muscle to drive up from that deadlift. 1 more, and rest. Okay, so let's step that left leg back. Keep that weight in our left hand. We're taking 10 seconds here and then getting into that second move with that row, kick back, knee drive. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna row to that tricep kick back, up into that knee drive and back. You may want to switch weights here. This weight is definitely too heavy for me to be doing these tricep kickbacks with, but it's all I have out here right now. So we're gonna use it, but making sure you're using that appropriate weight. So we're working back muscles here, we're working tricep, we're working core, working glutes, lots of big muscle groups working all in this single move. Slow and controlled. 1 more, and rest. Okay, 10 seconds. We're gonna get back up, into that deadlift, okay? So stay on the same side, keeping that weight in that left hand. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hinge up to that uneven squat, deadlift, uneven squat. Awesome. Heavier weight here if we can. We should definitely be squatting and deadlifting a heavier weight than we can do that tricep extension with. Good job, guys. Keep pushing. Nice and deep in that squat, thinking full range of motion. As deep as we can go, that's where we're gonna see that progress. One more, and rest. Awesome work. Okay, going back to those triceps, kickbacks. So we're in that staggered stance. Right leg is back, left leg is forward. Here we go. Row, kickback, knee drive. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go row, kickback, and knee drive. Driving that knee forward, watching that we're keeping those shoulders nice and square to the floor. On that kickback, really using that mind muscle connection, thinking about the back of the arm here. This is our tricep muscle. That's what we're using to extend. Drive that knee forward. You can take that knee drive out if you need to modify. Just come up, tap, and then back. We're just about there. Feeling that right glute work for us. Feeling that core turned on. One more on this side. And rest. Okay, 10 seconds, and we're gonna do that one more time. Grab that quick drink if you want. Heavy weight to start off with these deadlifts, and here we go in 3, 2, 1. So we're hinging and squatting. Good job. Remember, in that squat, we're keeping the weight in those heels. We want to be able to wiggle those toes at any point throughout that squat. Nice neutral spine on that deadlift, keeping that weight nice and close to our leg. As we hinge, squeeze that glute, drive back up. Great work, guys. We're almost there. Keep going. One last rep. And rest. 10 seconds. We're going to go into those tricep kickbacks, and we're done our first circuit. So here we go. Getting that weight ready, that lighter weight if you want to modify or switch there. 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to that row, kickback, and knee drive. Good job, guys. Just take your time with that knee drive. You're doing a great job. Wyatt disagrees. You're all right, buddy. We've got teeth coming through. It's just like when you think you can't sleep any worse, he gets the flu, and then he starts teething. I don't know how he survives on the sleep the kid gets. Almost there, guys. One more rep and rest. Awesome. Circuit 1 is done, so I want you to set that weight down, grab that water, take a drink, a little rest, and then I'm going to demo what our next circuit's going to look like. All right, guys, next circuit is just going to be one exercise. We're going to do it 3 times on one side, 3 times on the other. Single weight again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a reverse lunge, stand, single arm upright row. Reverse lunge, drive up. Here, okay? 3 times on this side, 3 times on that side. And then don't worry, we're going back to our first 2 moves to do on the other side, okay? So get that weight ready. Whatever we're thinking that we can upright row with, that's the weight I want you to choose here, okay? So enjoy the last few seconds of that rest, making sure we are getting a drink. Upright row weight, so if you're tracking, what have you been using? Can you go a little bit heavier with that weight? Keeping that weight nice and close to our body as we pull up. And here we go, 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to that reverse lunge, driving up into that upright row. Upright row, good job, guys. Watch that stance for our lunge. We're not too close, we're not too far out here. We're stepping straight back, dropping right down. That upper body can be angled a little bit. And then we drive up with that front heel to that starting position. Awesome job. Now we're staying on this side 3 times in a row. So we're really gonna try to push this muscle to that fatigue, to that almost failure point. Just about there. Last couple of reps, we're gonna take a 10-second rest, and then this side again. And rest, 10 seconds, same thing. You can set that weight down if you want, but we're gonna stay on this side. Here we go. In, 3, 2, and 1. Back to that reverse lunge, up and pull. Wyatt's just on the other side of the screen door, and he's stuck between a box in the window right now. You're good, buddy. You can do it. You just crawl out of there. You got this. Good job, guys. Stay on this side. Slow and controlled. Thinking about that full range of motion. So we want to go all the way down into that lunge, drive up through that heel, into that upright row. Single side movement. We're feeling that core activate. We're just about there. We've got about 8 seconds left before our rest. Watch that front knee, tracking on those outside 3 toes. And rest. Okay, 10 seconds, and we're gonna do that one more time on this side, switch over to the other side, and then get into our final circuit. Oh, look at the little guy, he figured it out. Good job, buddy. All right, loud track, here we go, 2 seconds left, same side, 3, 2, 1, into that reverse lunge, drive up, upright row. Good work, guys. Feeling those muscles burn. I wanted to chat a little bit today because I know there's a lot of people in the group that have been here for a few months, a few weeks. So I want to chat about progress. Like, are we seeing progress? Are we not seeing progress? And some reasons why we may not be seeing progress. Kind of the maybe top 3 reasons that we aren't seeing changes or we're not reaching the goals that we've set. I guess kind of 4, because the first one would be, are your goals realistic? So thinking about, are these achievable? Are these realistic goals? Because if they're not, then obviously we're gonna struggle to get to those goals. And rest. Okay, taking a rest here, switching to that other side. So that's the one thing, the first thing that you wanna look at. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side now, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. So always starting with those SMART goals. We've all heard about that. Making sure those are achievable, attainable goals. Otherwise, we're gonna feel discouraged. We're not gonna keep working towards them. We're not gonna feel motivated. But some other factors, so you've got your goal set up, you're feeling good about it. Some things that may be slowing your progress or not getting you there as quickly as you want, depending on what those goals are. Number 1, this is in no order, might be nutrition. So you need to look at your nutrition. You can't just work out and eat whatever you want and expect to see changes. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So we want to be focusing on eating whole foods and eating lots of protein. One more. So setting goals, at least 30 grams of protein in each meal. Your goal weight, that's how many grams of protein you want to eat in a day, which is high and it's hard to reach. So starting off with a small goal, here we go, 3, 2, 1, of getting that protein in, and just eating whole foods, like cutting out that processed crap, sugar, alcohol if you have to, if you want to. Those are all things that are going to kind of hinder that progress, whether that's weight loss, muscle gain, even just like energy, and all those other great things that come with kind of getting in shape. Another thing we talk about a lot too is progressive overload. If you are not changing the weights, you're not going to see change. You are not going to get stronger. So if you're not upping those weights, it's really hard to grow those muscles. So if you don't have the heavier weights, we kind of talk about slowing those movements down, maybe shortening those rest periods. One more here. And those are ways to work on that progressive overload. So nutrition, progressive overload. Okay, this is the last time on this side, guys. And 3, 2, 1, into that reverse lunge, up and drive. And the third thing, daily movement. So getting steps in whenever we can. If you are somebody that has a really sedentary job, so you're sitting at a desk all day or sitting doing whatever you want, doing whatever your job may be, if you're seated all day, a 20-minute workout won't completely cancel that out, right? So we want to find ways in our day to add in that movement. Go for a walk on your lunch, Take a 10-minute walk after dinner. Try to get as many steps in as we can throughout the day. It doesn't have to be high impact. It doesn't have to be a run, anything like that. Just getting those steps in. So those are the 3 things, kind of 4, and rest, that you can think about, that you can kind of analyze and see, like, can I do any of this better? If you're feeling like you're not progressing and getting to those goals as quickly as you want. Okay, take a break, grab a drink, and we'll get into our final circuit. All right, we're finishing up that rest, and our last 2 moves, we are just repeating what we did in the first circuit, except we're going on the opposite side, okay? So taking that weight to the right arm, should have made points of what we did there. Taking that weight into the right arm, we are going into that deadlift, stepping out to that squat, and then we are going into that here, tricep and knee drive, okay? So opposite side, let's do this. Let's finish up strong. Here we go. Deadlift in 3, 2, and 1. So we're into that staggered deadlift, up to that uneven squat. Setting back up. Staggered deadlift, into that uneven squat. Taking our time, thinking about that form, posture, what muscles are we using, what muscles are we engaging. Using these single-sided movements, dumbbells on one side, single dumbbell, really getting in some of that sneaky core here. Good job. Full range of motion. So that, when we talk about progressive overload, now that I've said that, that's another way to work on and rest. That progressive overload is going full range of motion. So going even deeper into your squat, even deeper into those lunges, that is going to challenge you more, right? So making it more difficult. Here we go. So we're going to go row, tricep kickback, into that knee drive. Into that knee drive. Oh, I know, buddy. Life's rough. Keeping that core nice and strong. Feeling that left glute fire up here. Good work, guys. And if you guys ever have any questions, so if you're struggling with any of the nutrition stuff, the progressive overload stuff, you need some ideas because you don't have those heavier weights, you can always ask them in the group. Maybe someone else has the same question and we can answer them as a group, or you can private message me, Rest, and I can get you those answers, okay? Everybody here is probably working on different goals, so everybody's going to be doing things a little bit differently. You're going to have different questions. So I'm here to help. Let me know. Okay, here we go. Deadlift. 3, 2, 1. Deadlift. Uneven squat. We're getting near the end. Those legs are on fire, but I want you to make sure you're not cheating those reps. And check in. How are those last 2 reps feeling? Are they a struggle? Are you barely getting through them? That's what we want to feel. That's how we know we're using heavy enough weights and we're pushing ourselves hard enough to see that change, to see that progress. Just about there, guys. And rest, 15 seconds. I've been saying 10 seconds, but we've been getting 15-second rest, I promise. Into that tricep kickback with that knee drive in 3, 2, and 1. Row, kickback, and drive. Sorry, buddy, we're almost done. See, the music would have drowned this out right now, I think. I apologize if you can hear him. No patience. Just about there, guys. Really cue in on that tricep as we go into that kickback. We're not using momentum there. Engaging the back of that upper arm, and rest. Okay, one more exercise. Each exercise one more time, and then we're done, okay? Here we go into that deadlift squat combo. In 3, 2, and 1. Last time we're doing this exercise, guys, let's really push through. You can see the sun creeping its way over. We gotta get done before that hits me. It's actually too warm to be working out in the sun today. What a glorious thing to be able to say. Awesome job, guys. Keep going. Keep breathing through that movement. No holding our breath, even if we're winded. We are tired. Keep breathing. We're almost there. We've got about 10 seconds left here. Keeping that weight in that right foot as much as we can, thinking 80-20. One more. And here we go, 15 seconds. Last move, last 50 seconds of work today. Then we're into our cool down and finish. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We're gonna row, kick back, and knee drive. Keeping that hand on your core if you'd like. That's a good, it kind of reminds you to, for that engagement. It's a cue. There we go. It's a cue for that engagement. Engage as we kick that knee up, helping with that balance and stability. Whoops. Clearly didn't work that time. Row, kick back. Our legs are getting tired. Our muscles are getting tired. That balance is going to be even trickier to keep. So take your time. We're almost there, guys. One last rep. And done. Set that weight aside. Good work today. Take a time. All right, I'm done talking. Do your cool down. Do your stretches. Great job getting to your mat.